Gentlemen, and welcome to the live streaming of CGTN. I'm Zheng Yibing at the Beijing. Right now, we come to the new Beijing International Exhibition Center. At this moment, so many people are working here because in Beijing, there are every day about 20,000 people arriving in Beijing through the through international flight arriving here. Now, through yesterday, the Beijing authority began to tighten the law and securities and let these people to have the quarantine, the 14 days of quarantine, have to check the health status at this place. So follow me, let's come into this place. After they get off the shuttle bus from the airport, well, these people will get to this new Beijing International Exhibition Center, not far away from the airport, some 8 kilometers away from there. And through the entrance, we go into the International Exhibition Center Hall. The working staff here, they're wearing the protective clothes, the masks, the protective glasses, everything. This is the waiting hall. After they left the international airport of Beijing, they would come here to receive the group check for the health status in order not to spread the virus, the coronavirus. And we see there is a consultation information center from Beijing's Chaoyang district. Let's come closer to talk to these people, what they're doing right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. I just we are the reporter from China Central Television Network, and we want to ask you something about what your status here. 您能告诉我一下，就是你们这个朝阳这个信息资讯台目前在做什么样一些工作吗？在这2天？
我们这几天主要是负责咱们进京人员情况的一个信息登记，主要包括他的姓名啊，然后护照号啊，包括他来航班号啊。包括家庭住址等一系列的相关信息。
Okay, so this gentleman is one of the staff working here for the Chaoyang district of Beijing. They are registering the information of passengers about their names, the ID and numbers, and their destinations in Beijing or in other places. 那我还有一个问题就是，那么您在这地方已经工作了几天了？那每天的工作状态是怎么样呢？
我是从上周3开始的。整整工作了将近1周了，每天应该说是非常忙碌，因为朝阳区啊，境外人士比较多，每天大概是这几天应该是每天有1000多人左右的量，需要我们进行登记，应该是非常忙碌。
Okay, so let me interpret what this gentleman is saying. Take a look at these people that here, the queuing here. Well, this gentleman told me just a moment ago that every day they are checking the information about 1,000 passengers, international passengers arriving in Beijing. All these people's destination is Chaoyang district in east part of Beijing. And they register the necessary information for these people because they're going to leave to record their health status. This is the current working conditions. And that gentleman told me since last Wednesday, he's been working here very, very busy every day. So that is a situation in this exhibition center in northeast part of Beijing, not far away from the Beijing International Airport. So let's get to the other part of this exhibition hall. Well, this exhibition hall is a very, very big and very huge in Beijing. During the usual time, there are a lot of the international exhibition and conventions usually being held here, like the auto show. But today, just because it is quite far away from the downtown Beijing, so it is arranged as the part for people to check the information and their health status here. And so many people are working here. They're really, really busy. This is the working staff from the Dongcheng district. So they're the passenger from international passenger, but let's go to them and ask them some questions. Excuse me, sir. I'm the reporter from China Central Television Network, and could you answered a few questions about this live interview.
I don't feel like it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, take care.
Yeah, you
Okay,
too.
okay. So, because they are really tired after land in Beijing. So, at the current time, they do not want to talk. We just walk around and see the status here. Well, yesterday I went to the press conference about the current station in Beijing on the coronavirus, and one of the medical expert working in Wuhan, the Hubei province, told every reporter that they're working at a very hard effort, and that doctor said the current time, although the situation here in Beijing in China, the epidemic is seemed to draw into the end, but there are still 3,000 patients affected by the COVID-19 are still in severe condition, and also the imported cases or the confirmed cases of COVID-19. So that is why the Beijing authority is tightening up the measures and the laws, and we know that as of now there are over 30 confirmed cases of imported cases in Beijing, and most of them are from the various countries. And at this point, the people here are waiting, and they are going to take the shuttle bus back to their home or to the designated places for the quarantine. Let's interview one of them. Let's try. 你好，先生。是这样子，我们是那个中央广播电视总台的记者，就是现在的话，我们想了解一下您这个是什么时候到的这个北京机场？那么在这地方停了多久？ Want to ask you some question is, could you speak English?
I can speak a little English.
You can speak a little English. When did you arrive in Beijing?
We arrived at 12 o'clock in the middle day.
Okay, so after you arrived in the international airport, you were taken here. So what have you been doing here in the past few hours?
Well, my wife and I, we wrote some personal and family information and answered some questions and then waiting here for the picking of the bus for taking our to home.
So where are you from?
We came from Dominican Republic, Caribbean small country.
It's for traveling, right?
Yes, we traveled almost 21 hours, making two technical connections in Mexico City and in Tokyo.
Okay, so all the control and prevention for the coronavirus here in the Beijing International Airport, also in this checkpoint in Beijing International Exhibition Center. What do you think of them?
Well, it indeed took a few hours. Okay, we come here almost 4 or 5 hours, but I think it's necessary because this is the door of our country. Here we feel in these 5 hours the security. So right now we feel more comfortable. We feel more quiet because we are standing up in our line of our own country.
Thank you so much, sir. Welcome home. Take good care of yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is one of the passengers arriving in Beijing just today, and they arrived here at the checkpoint in New Beijing International Exhibition Center. And according to the Beijing authority, they released the information on Monday that because there are some kind of passengers concealed their health status, the health information, and that is possible the risks that infect many other people. So they tightened the law and security and regulations for the controls here. And starting also on Monday, Beijing opened a very famous hospital in northern part of the city, some 20 kilometers away from the exhibition center. Because back to 17 years ago, to prevent and control the SARS, that hospital was established. And right now, that hospital is also established for receiving some patients affected by the coronavirus, and they just arrived in Beijing. So that is both the policies level and also the practice level. And we come to other partners to see what they're doing here. People are living after the registration. Their information here. Well, these people are still working here. Ah. Well, this is a team from the Chaoyang district of Beijing, and we see on every desk there are some kind of the notice. These people in charge of different people. For example, here there are different languages: the Japanese, the South Korean, and other countries, and English speaking countries. Let's interview because these people are busy there. They also the registering their family information, the current status. I want to check one of the people here. 你好，是这样子，我们是中央广播电视总台 CGTN 的记者。我们现在想看一下，就是您这个牌子这块呢，写了很多的不同的一些语言啊。那么具体你们在这方做怎么样的一些工作呢 ？Because I see some of the batteries are so different languages. So what is your job here?
好的，我就是现在是这样，我们呢就主要是对外籍乘客进行一些服务，像我这边就是一个日本语的一个窗口，然后主要是如果有日本客人入境的话，就告诉他们这个北京市政府的从3月16号起的这个通告，然后协助日本客人进行一些表格的登记。
Okay, so this lady is working here. He's providing services for the passengers from Japan, and she would give notice to the passengers about the information released by the Beijing authority just on Monday. And because all the passengers arriving in Beijing, they are required to have the home quarantine or the 14 days of quarantine in the designated places. 那您在这方工作的话，每天这个工作的状态是怎么样？能有多少这个乘客到这地方来？会不会很忙 ？So what do you tell us? What is working status here every day?
有很忙的时候，因为有一天我们整个朝阳区就接待了1000多名的入境乘客。我们是分那个白晚班。然后
they're working the day shift and the night shift, and each day they could receive the 1,000 passengers from the overseas only to the Chaoyang district. Thank you so much for your hard efforts here. Thank you so much. 谢谢您。Okay. So we see still some people, both the Chinese or the foreign people, they're still here, and we know that. This is only one section of the new Beijing International Exhibition Center, only receiving the passengers arriving here in Beijing, but also according to the official data, in every day at the current time, there are altogether 120,000 people arriving in China through land, sea, and air. And for the international flight, there are about 20,000 people. For Beijing, that number is also huge. But only on yesterday, the Monday, there were at least one case is confirmed. The person is is affected by the coronavirus, and also in Shanghai, there are also other cases. So the control and prevention measures are taken here to prevent the situation from getting worse. Let's go the other place to see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing live streaming in the new Beijing International Exhibition Center in northeast part of Beijing, not far away from the Beijing International Airport. The passengers arriving in Beijing here, they are required to have the check on their personal information and their health information. Oh, okay. So some of my colleagues sent me the messages that some of our viewers have the questions. So let's view. One of our viewers said, I used to watch this kind of in movies. Now it is truly happening. So sad. Yes, indeed. Yesterday I went to the press conference of Beijing. Some medical expert told us that in China, although the situation is getting better and the control and prevention of coronavirus is coming to an end, but there are still at least 3,000 patients in severe conditions and also imported cases of infected by the coronavirus is still giving the menace to the local people. And we heard from the local government there were some people hiding their health status, and even in the past few days, over 30 people were converted when they were arriving in Beijing International Airport, and most of them show the symptom of fever and coughing, and they were sent immediately to the hospitals of the Xiaotangshan or other places for the treatment. And another viewer said the world should be thankful for China for containing this monster, this coronavirus. Yes, just like the medical expert yesterday told us, at the current time, Beijing, one of the experiences is different countries have different experiences. In China, the most important one is to control the source of the infectant, and they should cut off the source, the spreading. And also, another viewer said we need to take precautions from some people. They carry the coronavirus, but they do not tell anybody, and they just show it at the end of the flight arriving in Beijing. So that is the reason on Monday, the local government began to check the passengers' information and their health status. Well, this is in another hall, different from the previous one. Just a few minutes ago, we were in the main hall. The passengers arriving in Beijing, and these passengers arriving in Beijing, but they are not the local people. They're living in Beijing. They're living in other parts of the country. For example, from this side, we can see the people. There is a reception for the Shandong province in eastern China, and also Tianjin. The city of Tianjin, very close to Beijing. Almost all cities, almost all provinces and autonomous regions, they set up the reception here. They receive the passengers arriving in Beijing, and these people, after checking their information here, they would go back to their home. This is the Tianjin, Hebei province, Jiangsu province, and Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. People are waiting here. So that is the general information about the this live streaming here in northeastern part of the Beijing, in New Beijing Exhibition Center for the to check the passengers' health, because in recent days we did find some of the passengers hiding their information that posed the great risks for the other people, because in Beijing, in China, in Hebei province, in a lot of places in China, the prevention and control of the coronavirus is coming to an end, according to the medical expert. But there are still risks. So in some places like the very big international port like the Beijing and Shanghai, they're setting up the checkpoint other than the international airport checkpoint, and they also set up the hospital to receive this patient and from preventing the coronavirus from spreading. So that is the live streaming this afternoon we do live from Beijing. Thank you so much for watching, and we will update information. And one of my colleagues, Ding Hong, is also recording the package here, receiving the interview and interviewed so many other people and get their opinions about the prevention and control measures here in the International Exhibition Center, one of the checkpoints for international passengers arriving in Beijing. Thank you so much for arriving. Please be tuned and keep watching CGTN's live streaming and other news reports.